Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about another weapon idea for bad business. Before we get started, if you like this type of weapon idea content, make sure to check out my playlist in the description and make sure to subscribe so we can reach the goal of 100 subscribers. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about a weapon that I wanted to be added to bad business, and this is known as the Scythe. Although there's two different versions of the Scythe that I want to be added to the game. The first one being the agricultural scythe, and the second one being the war scythe that's not really that well known. And I think both of them could personally fit well in the game. So the first scythe is the agricultural scythe, which is a scythe that I personally want to get added to the game, as it's not really regarded as an effective weapon. And you can see this from watching Shadiversity's video on the topic, which is linked down below in the description. But I just think it would be cool to have it in the game, as it's like extremely unique. So yeah, the agricultural scythe only came into wide use with the agricultural development of the Carolingian era in the 8th century AD. And yeah, as previously stated, it was not originally designed as a weapon and was rather designed for harvesting crops such as wheat or cutting away unwanted weeds or tall grass, as seen in Richard Brown's video on using the scythe. You can identify the agricultural scythe for the fact that it has a long curved blade and that it has two handles. Now onto the part of the video that you probably cared most about, the stats. So in my opinion, the scythe should be similar to the Greatsword, as when you're using the scythe it's more of a long sweeping motion similar to the Greatsword that's already in the game, as you can see from TraceurFox's gameplay of the Greatsword. And therefore, since the recovery animation would take a while as you have to get the scythe back to its place before you can use it again, I believe that it should one-shot everyone, meaning that it does 150 damage. And to make the weapon a little bit more balanced, I also believe that it should have a very short range than the Greatsword, as the weapon is curved so you can't really use the full range of the scythe, meaning that I think it should have a range of only 7. And the weapon should have a mobility between the katana and the Greatsword, as it's not too heavy but not too light at the same time, and that's why I think the mobility should be 90 as it's in between. And yeah, that's basically everything about the agricultural scythe. Now onto the war scythe. So the second scythe I think should be added to the game is the war scythe. It is described as being a pole weapon and was characterized by the long range and powerful force it had due to its leverage. It could be used for slashing or stabbing attacks, as seen on Skallagrim's video on the war scythe that's linked in the description below. It was used during 1848 in Denmark and again in various Polish uprisings. And yeah, now on to the stats. So in my opinion, this weapon should do slashing attacks as seen in Skallagrim's video, and I do not think that it should one-shot, as its cooldown animation won't be as long as the Greatsword or the agricultural scythe, so I believe it should only do around 90 damage. The war scythe should also have a similar range to the poleaxe, as it's a pole weapon, but it should be a little bit shorter as it would be slashing instead of like thrusting attacks, so I think the range should be at 10. Although I think the mobility should be a little bit better than the poleaxe, as it has less material on the end, so I think the mobility should be like at 102 just to balance it out a little bit. And yeah, that's basically all for the two scythe ideas. So make sure to comment your thoughts on them down below and what you would change about them. And if you like this type of weapon idea videos, make sure to check out the playlist that's linked in the description. And make sure to hit that like or dislike button and subscribe so we can reach that 100 subscriber mark. And yeah, thank you for watching, take care, bye bye.